Hi everybody, welcome back to All DIY, No Skills. So today we're going to be putting together our do-it-yourself timer and sprinkler system. As you can see, I already mocked up the hoses a little bit. I intend to have a sprinkler at the corner of my property over there, one on the corner over there, and that should go under one zone. They should go off at the same time, and then somewhere in the middle I'll have another sprinkler head going for a third zone. So in order to do this is my old timer. Turn the water off, take off the old timer. Now this was a Rainbird timer, and it actually worked pretty well. What I liked about this, you could actually set it to two different times to water, and it also had a water now feature. The only issue I had with this, after a year, they seem to not turn themselves off. So I would have the water running at the time that it was supposed to go off, and then it wouldn't shut off after the duration that I had set to. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna replace it with this new Orbit Beehive timer. And the reason I picked this one up is because you could program up to 4 zones, which will be perfect because I don't have enough water pressure to run 3 sprinklers at the same time, but I could run 2 at the same time. So we'll have them running 2 first, and then when those 2 are done, we'll set the time to run the third one. This is my outside faucet. As you can see, I have the water hammer arrested here. This is important to have because these timers, when they switch the water on and off, the valves move so fast, it creates a thunk in your pipes. It's a water hammer effect. Now that could damage your pipes, so you want something like this just to minimize that. So let's put this guy on. We're going to set up our hose. This should be the first zone on this particular timer setup. This will be our first zone. Next hose should be our second zone. Got those 2 connected for now. So let's figure this thing out together. Let's do a manual watering. Zone 1, let's do 2 minutes. Zone 2, let's do 2 minutes. Let's see if that works. Oh, we should turn this water back on. All right. So for some reason, the manual timing is doing one zone at a time. That was 2 minutes, okay. The second zone didn't turn on. Let's try to figure that out. All right, we got the second zone on. Okay, and that's working. I'll have to adjust the sprinklers a little bit, but we're getting a nice throw out into the sidewalk. We're covering the corner, which wasn't being covered before. And I'll do some micro adjustments to the sprinkler later. But as you can see, we're getting nice coverage down to this corner, which wasn't getting covered by the other sprinkler setup. You can see the lawn is still a little bit rough. This is 5 days after seeding. We're starting to see a couple new seedlings sprout up. So let's see. So apparently this thing, you could water each of the zones independently with the water now feature, but not at the same time. And both sprinklers seem to be meeting right about here. So this is where we'll put our third sprinkler. And this is going to be our third zone. So we'll attach our hose to this one. We're going to do a rough, see, this is pointing the wrong direction right now. I'm going to make an adjustment by moving those clips. I'll eyeball it for now. This should give us the coverage that we want. Could always micro adjust later on. But I think that this will give us nice coverage without too much overlap. So let's check it out. Let's hook up the third hose. To our third zone here. Okay, let's back on the manual. Let's give zone 3 a go. Start it up. And from the looks of it, we're covering all the spots which our first two zones weren't reaching. And that's it. So that is how you would set up your do-it-yourself sprinkler system. I'll do some programming off camera. I'll set the start times, durations, and in theory, this thing should be able to run all 3 zones by itself at the times that I have set. And keep the grass nice and wet while the new seeds start sprouting. We'll just pretty this up, hide the hoses under some mulch, and there you go, a do-it-yourself sprinkler system. The most expensive part of this whole thing is probably the timer. I think this was $75. The hoses, get some cheap hoses at Walmart, 50 foot for $7. And the sprinkler heads themselves, I don't know, I bought these last year, so I don't remember the price, but they weren't too terrible. All right, thanks again. Please like and subscribe. Take care.